Now we're at part 4 of the Mega Man Eternal playthrough here with Krator's playthrough. So before we go to Ballade stage, as we were indicating last time, and talked a little bit about the event system, just getting myself an E-Tank and a life, because once we enter this stage, if we die to Ballade's hands, we don't get another chance. So one tip I do have is if you always want to redo it, just go back to your save file after you return to the title screen. So I bet you're wondering, why are we in an observatory? Now, let me explain what exactly Ballade is. Ballade is a Mega Man killer if you're not aware of that. So you may know him from Mega Man 10, but I know him from the Game Boy days. So let me give you his description here. The third of the Mega Man killers, Ballade is driven. Dr. Wily remade this Mega Man killer for his one-goal attitude and to further his plans. Armed with the Ballade missile, sometimes called the Ballade Cracker, he is agile yet his size. So he's using the observatory for plotting out data, but although it doesn't say that on the website, but it'll come into play when we get to the second event stage. Anyways, one thing you want to watch out for in this stage are those little, like the little meteor comet thing, the jiggers. They look like meatballs. Just they spread when you shoot out, so just be careful. So here we are. So remember, you only get one chance. So Ballade has, of course, the Ballade Cracker or Ballade Missile. So keep in mind that he does have a dashing attack, which is pretty quick, so be careful. I recommend bringing an E-Tank into this fight. So he has a dash attack, and he also has these Ballade missiles, so note that he can jump around and hits quite a bit of distance. Take advantage of the times where he takes a little break to think about what his next attack is going to be. So I bet some of you may have not noticed this, but you'll notice that some of the bosses in this game do not have a very, what you would call a standard predictable model. Instead, what they use is a weighted statistical model that does have predictive patterns in it, but ultimately it will change every time you do play it. There's only about a few bosses that don't have this. So anyways, if you didn't beat Ballade, you wouldn't get this. Instead, you would have to get to the store, which I'll mention later on. But anyways, if you go here and you get the Ballade Missile, it's such an excellent weapon. If you don't get this, it's a big loss. So anyways, with that being said, what we're gonna do is we're gonna wipe it up for, wrap it up for part 4 here. And anyways, with that being said, so note, if you don't get the Ballade Missile, what happens is, if you don't beat Ballade, you have to go to the store, and you'll find it there for 100 bolts. And if you do, you'll notice that this weapon is a very useful one. It does 2 damage to almost everything in the game. So 2 to 4, depending on if you're talking about enemies and bosses. Bosses, it's always 2 damage, at least. So with that being said, I'll see you in the next part, and have yourself a beautiful day.